Oi, put that didgeridoo down. Hello everyone, Stockman Pete here. Yes, I've got my glasses on and I've got my notes next to me. Right, take a walk with me from about the 1970s onwards, from the coast to the Australian bush. Right, many wonderful stories and adventures, and hopefully each Friday about 5 or 6 o'clock we'll go forward with another story and adventure. So sit back, listen to some wonderful tales. Let's get started. Right, as a young lad I grew up on the English coast and was very lucky. We had no money or nothing at all like that, but what we had the sea in front of us for the odd lobster if you were lucky, good old ray if you were lucky, shrimps and a few prawn. I nearly mentioned a name then, so no names, no nothing, you know, you've got to be careful here. And it fills round at the back of us for the old grey, which is the old rabbit, and the mushrooms, berries and so forth. How lucky I was as a lad, but we had no money. Now, I wasn't the cleverest of blokes, and I knew I had to improve my prospects, and fate took a hand. Now, my old dad was a digger driver, and on occasions he would come home Friday night, great big treat. He'd bring us 1 or 2 sweeties, and the main one was a sherbet dip. And of course, when you didn't have a lot, that meant a lot, you know. Now, whilst at school, I fell in with the wrong crowd. They lived in the posh part of this area. I lived on the coast, and you could see what set us all apart. You know, they had 2 shoes that matched and socks that matched. At least we had shoes, and I had a seam right across my bum and my jeans, but I got ripped. But at least my jeans were clean. Anyway, and it didn't help my esteem at all. But anyway, never mind about that. We ended up going down to the local shop. They were older than me, and I followed them in. Now, I'd have never gone in except with my mum. I used to walk into Brighton and help her with the shopping now and again, and a 3 or 4 mile back for a nice bun if you were lucky, ice bun if you were lucky. And what did I see in the shop? A blimmin' sherbet dip. Anyway, up went the hand, got caught, and got exactly what I deserved, a right good hiding. So I had a right good hiding there. The police were called down to the local police station, where we met the friendly local policeman, who gave me another right good hiding with his gloves. And he said, "There you are," he said. Now you know why a policeman has leather gloves. What to put on his hands, but I thought, yeah, I know why. Anyway, and it was strongly suggested to me that out to Van Diemen's Land I should go. And I thought, well, I didn't really mind too much actually. I thought fate's thrown its hand. So out to Australia we went. And this was the beginning of the stories. Bit of a sad goodbye and all this and that, but I knew I had to go forward somewhere. Just one of these things that tells you in your body, doesn't it? And I went out there, long old flight, goodness me, and onto the religious work farm. Now, I'm not going to mention what religion it was. We're not going down that road whatsoever. And so I worked away there for about 6 weeks, 7 days a week, no pay, no nothing. Shook hands with a few goannas and snakes and started acclimatising, and then up he turned Herr Smith, the German sharecrop farmer. Now what this means is that he works all year, someone owns the farm, they get 50% for doing nothing and he gets 50% for working all year. And what happened to him was he was constructed prefabricated houses and so forth, had 19 men, got to Australia, and the first thing they done was, you know, stick you, mate, because he was a horrible old bugger, and they all shot off and lived their lives in Australia somewhere, and good luck to them. So he started to make a living doing that, and he would then get young English lads, and I happened to fall into that category, to work basically for nothing, and he was a horrible old bugger, and I used to have to sleep outside with me port, which is a bit of slang for a suitcase, and a dunny, toilet. There you are, getting an English lesson here. Up on the hill to be used, and all I got was blimmin' pancakes, and boy did I have to use the toilet quite a bit. And it was horrible. It was a big wheat farm, big dairy cattle farm for milking. Right, now I've gone in far enough really. This is just my introduction in Stockman Pete, and I will hit this again next Friday afternoonish, and we will continue with his stories. And by the way, the old Mr. Smith got his upcomings, but then it all led on to other stories from me. Okay, God bless you all. See you next Friday. Stockman Pete.